Namaskar. In this video I am going to explain another form of meditation. And this lesson is as important as the first lesson, where you learned the basic technique of meditation. There are two ways to touch with spirituality within us. One way is to shut all the doors and windows of the mind, the sensory organs, the eyes, the ears, the tongue, the nose, the skin. Withdraw from them and go deeper within. That is meditation. That is sitting meditation. And that is quite difficult because the mind is habitually extroverted. We sit in meditation and we listen. Oh, somebody is walking. Who that might be? The clock is tick-tock, doing the tick-tock. I sense some smell from the kitchen. So the mind wants to go outside. And there is a great struggle. The mind wants to go outside and you want to go inside. So already I have started to explain the importance of emotions, importance of creating a special mood for meditation, and I have explained the practice of singing the mantra. And now I will explain the techniques that accompanies the singing the mantra. So in this technique, the principle is different. I am not shutting down all the sensory organs. Rather, I am letting them be. I am expressing my feelings. I am expressing myself through sensory and motor organs. Ears are allowed to hear. Eyes are allowed to see. The hands are allowed to move. The legs are allowed to dance. So I am enjoying. I am not feeling bored. I am engaging my organs. I am in the same flow as I am always. There is not much change. Mind is still extraversial, but the sensory and motor organs are used in the process of creating of spiritual ideation. And the biopsychology of this practice is such that I get confidence, I get mental strength, I get inspiration, because through the movements of this dance, a certain glands, a certain hormones are activated that helps me in creating ideation, the spiritual ideation. This dance has been invented many thousand years ago. Who invented this dance? There was a lady, her name was Parvati. She was a spouse of Shiva, the first yogi, the first tantric, who has introduced yoga, who has introduced meditation, who has introduced dance also. So Shiva, one of his name is Nataraj, Lord of the Dance. He introduced dance called Tandava, and that dance is dominated by jumping. It looks something like that. You know that. Then Parvati said, you know, Shiva, this is too masculine dance. I would like to introduce something more gentle, something more graceful. And she introduced Lalita Marmika. This is the dance which I am going to explain now. Lalita means beauty, gracefulness. And Marma means the core, the heart of the hearts. In your very core, in your very soul, there is gentleness, there is beauty. So this dance sends you there to touch you with the core of your being. And then you touch with that beauty within yourself, and then you also express it externally. And this is Lalita Marmika, the dance of gracefulness. It is very simple. Since it is very ancient, it is very simple. In fact, the other Indian dances, they are based on this one. Tandava, male dance of Shiva, is Ta, and Lalita Marmika, La. Ta plus La becomes Ta-La, Tal, the basis of the Indian classical dance. There is expression through rhythm, and there is expression through gesture. The gesture in Sanskrit is called mudra. Okay, let me explain the technique. First of all, there is a rhythm. This point, this tip of the toe will create the rhythm. Engage yourself in rhythm. You will touch this point, you will hit gently the ground with this point, and the carrying leg will bend a bit. The supporting leg will bend. Like that. Alternatively, touching with the toes, the ground. You move like that. This tip of the toe is actually cosmic. It's a cosmic point. Mystical point. This point is a projection of this point. And this point is the subtlemost point in microcosm. Seat of consciousness. And through channel, through meridian, it is connected with the tip of the toe. So when you hit the tip of the toe on the ground, it stimulates, it awakens this center. It's called in yoga Sahasrara chakra. Your mind becomes calm, you feel blissful, and you feel a soft intoxication. That peace is intoxicating. This is the deep effect of this dance. So you move like that. A little bending the leg, move rhythmically with singing of the mantra. Let's say I'm singing Baba Nam Kevalam, Baba Nam Kevalam. The strong portion of the mantra goes Baba, of the musical phrase goes Baba. With the right toe you hit. In this way you don't have to pay attention. If you do in the group, in the collective, you don't have to pay attention how he is doing, how she is doing. Everyone moves in rhythm. So the room where you do, it's almost like breathing. There is a rhythm, there is a wave, and it is beautiful. So that is the one. So this point stimulates the higher center. Then also this movement from side to side calms down the mind. The mother, when she cares for the child, she will do like that. And the child will fall asleep. Will become calm, happy, and fall asleep. So you do the same thing. This movement also, there are channels of energy, Ida, Pingala, and Sushumna within our body. And when you move, you transfer gently energy, vital energy, from two channels, Ida and Pingala, into the central channel, Sushumna Nadi. And that is when the energy moves through that central channel, is the state of spirituality. So this also helps. And also when you bend your knee, you are warming it up for sitting in meditation. So this movement is already balancing the mind. If you are angry, if you are restless, if you are fearful, whatever, just try to do it for some time and you will feel much relief. It's by psychology. It's just a physical effect of this movement. Even without ideation, even without going into mantra, just by movement. The next portion of this dance is gesture. Hands are connected to the heart center. When you experience an emotion, you express it through gesture. We have seen different kinds of gestures. Many of them are crude, many of them are subtle. So when we feel something, we express it. I remember I was in India, and that time I did so much meditation, and my mind became very perceptive. So I was, in one occasion, I was sitting and watching a dance, classical dance. One lady, there was a music and she was dancing. And sometimes she would pause and make a gesture. At that moment I felt like a wave of energy, blissful, comes and touches my heart, and my tears would roll. I understood this science of gestures is not only aesthetics, it is an emanation of energy. Later on I understood that we have many different channels in the body, and energy moves through them, creating sound, creating vibration. So when you put your hands, put your body in a certain way, you create a special musical emanation. Just like with the guitar, you take one chord and you play, it creates a music. So when you assume a certain posture, your body becomes like a musical instrument, and it emanates the wave out. So this is the gesture. They're powerful. In this dance, this gesture is used. Very simple. It is spread around the globe, in every culture, in every religion, in every iconography. You will find this picture. People are standing like that. Because when we feel something deeper, we fold the hands like that. The symbolic meaning, 5 sensory organs and 5 motor organs, they are all concentrated and directed to the higher goal, to the supreme goal. So when you feel love, when you feel gratitude, you fold the hands like that. Also, one time I meditated, and it was really blissful meditation, and after that I was a bit in a shock what I have experienced, and I was just sitting there, still enjoying that. And after some time I noticed that I'm sitting like that. And I understood that the state of mind I'm experiencing, it is the most natural for the body to be like that. Any other posture does not fit for the state of the mind. And in the opposite direction it also works. When you make a gesture, it affects the mind. It creates that flow in the mind also. So it is very beneficial to produce this mudra and dance and sing Bhavanam Kevalam. If you sing and concentrate, keeping the hands like that, the moment will come when you will feel that your chest is expanding and you want to expand more. Then there is another mudra. You do like that, and then you raise your hands like that. This is a powerful gesture. The symbolism of this gesture is, I'm coming out of my shell, I am coming out of my cage to the sun, to the universe, to become one with the infinite existence. I leave behind the shell of my ego, my fear, my greed, my jealousy, my pride. I leave it. It is empty shell, and I become infinite. This is gesture of triumph. When the football players, they score the goal, they do like that. When the runners, they cross the finish line, they do like that. When a child will see mother, he will do like that. So this is a natural expressions of joy, strength and victory. There was one speech I liked very much on the TED platform, Technology and Design. A lady scientist, she was explaining that amongst the monkey communities, they found out that some monkeys they are like that, and some monkeys they are like that. So the alpha, the dominant specimens in those tribes, they always keep very open gestures. So they wanted to experiment, and they took some people for the experimentation, and they asked one group of people to sit like that, and another group of people to sit like that. And then after 2 minutes of doing that, they were asked to go into a separate room where they had to present themselves as if they are applying for a job. So statistically, this group, they got much more jobs than other one. And they found out that the cortisol hormone goes down and the testosterone goes up. It's like the hormone of fear goes down and your confidence grows up if you do just that. I'm also doing that, let's say, with the public speaking. When I record my videos, sometimes just there is no mood to do that. But I have a schedule in the YouTube I need to produce, and I have many topics. What I do? I just sit like that. And after 1 minute, I feel completely different. There is a different flow. So do like that. After you feel like your chest is being, you feel that you want to expand, then you do like that. Then if you are tired, then again you fold the hands like that. You can do, or you can use the instrument, musical instrument. The only thing you should not do is to do like that. Do you feel? In, I don't know in English, but in Russian language we have a proverb. My hands are down. It means I lost all my inspiration. I have no strength to do anything more. Because hands, if they are down, there is no inspiration. If they are up, there is inspiration. Then another detail. Need to concentrate here, at the top of the head. Meditate at this point. If you meditate here, you will feel the pratyahara, the withdrawal of the mind from the external world. Just you are almost in the spaceship, moving somewhere, merging with the wave of the mantra. And then with that, ideate the mantra, sing the mantra, hear mantra, and try to create the ideation of the mantra. In the last session, I already explained how to do that. This is called Lalita Marmika. This is very innermost mystical practice. If you do that, you will become very confident person, joyful person, and you will feel the flow. And it cures all the complexes: inferiority complex, fear complex, superiority complex. Even of 15 minutes of this practice makes your mind so elevated that the heaviest emotions can be overcome. So your homework is to do before meditation every day. Yeah, as much as you can. And I invite you also to watch some extra movies which are there on this level. Thank you very much. Namaskar.
Bye-bye.